Hi, Roses. Welcome to your pick a card. These are your cards, your pals. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this reading is going to cover how are you manifesting your desires. All right. So you can use your intuition to pick your pile now. I'm going to divvy up your sections. You can skip ahead if you like. Okay, so those are your piles, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So you can choose which pile is calling out to you, what pile are you being drawn to, and I'm going to get started with pile 1. Hi, Roses. Welcome to pile 1. All right, so your question for this reading is, how are you manifesting your desires? And I've meditated over the energy. It looks like you're doing what people don't expect, or you're doing the opposite of what people expect or are hoping you to do because of negative energy around you. And you're using that negative energy to balance your positive thinking, or vice versa, using your positive thinking to balance out this negative, doubtful, disbelieving, or unbelieving energy around you. Like, you've got a lot of mockers, and whether you see it or not, I feel like whether they're being very open about it or just wishing for you to fail, their jealousy is coming in through this reading, and you're using it as a compliment. They may be trying to compliment you, like, is because of them that you're doing so well, or just anything to try and get in your consciousness and begin to tear and decode, and or not decode, but decay your manifestation. This is what they're trying to do, and you're using all of that energy to build yourself up even stronger. Like something that or might have been something you tiptoed around, or you might have struggled with it because they're so antagonistic towards you. It's like you have no choice but to be strong and stay faithful to yourself and what you believe in. Worship God is a message that's coming in really strong. Like, you got a lot of people on the outside of this negative circle who are rooting for you, and they see you as an equal. This could be your peers. And a message from them is to focus on God, like focus even higher than your peers, because that's what they admire about you. So basically, you're confusing your enemies. You're speaking in code, you're breathing in code, you're moving in code. They have no idea what you're doing. They don't know what you're thinking. They don't know who you are. They can't copy you. They can't understand you. And this is confusing them. Okay, so let's pull some cards for this energy. I'm also getting, you may have a part-time job or a side hustle that you're really consistent with and is paying off. This is also confusing them because they think you are everything they can see, but you have so much going on in the background. High Priest. Yeah, it's okay. So what they see is, they don't see who is the real orchestrator in this position. They don't see God. They don't see your higher self. They don't see any dreams or anything you're focused on. They just see the reality, and it's basically their own situation. They don't see you at all. So I feel like even your reality is pretty grand. Like, you might even have a pretty good, decent job or a decent side hustle that you put a lot of your energy into. But what you're really focused on, your real career, is just so much more. Imagine. You have King of Feathers in reverse. You could be someone who's very humble, because it's like a lot of misconceptions and misunderstandings here, but that's good, because I kind of see them acting like fools or clowns in the street. You got messages like there is a lot of words for them. I'm not going to say I'm on YouTube, but it's like they're not part of this picture, okay? They're in the background. And it's almost because what they think and feel is the opposite of who you are. I mean, that's what you're using in some ways to stay focused and stay consistent. It's like every time they doubt you, it's like, oh yeah, that's the opposite of who I am. Nine of Feathers, like they're trying to stress you out. And I also feel like, but the more they try to stress you, the more you just like, I have no choice but to be calm. Like, if nobody's supporting you in your circle, you can't lean on anyone. You have to be strong, and it's working for you because over time, it feels like second nature to be strong. It's not even something you really feel like you need credit for. It's just everyday life situation, just part of the process. Trust the process. Believe that your manifestation is real and happening right now, and it is. This is step 1 or step 2 or whatever step you're on. Believing in yourself. Okay. Yeah, 7 of Air. So far you have 3 cards relating to your air sign. Well, actually, yeah, this is pretty much an air reading because we want to know how your thoughts are helping you to manifest or how your actions are helping your thoughts to become reality. And this has a lot to do with your awareness for some. Maybe it's because what you're manifesting is so big that they feel like they don't have a choice but to be jealous because they can't think as big as you think. So it makes sense. It's like it makes sense that these people are against you. Okay. Overworked, stressed, imbalanced, clarifying 9 of Feathers. So some of y'all could feel like you have a lot on your plate, but I still feel like there's a misconception here. Like, I feel like whatever's on your plate is like a full meal. God is preparing a table before you in the presence of your enemies. So your enemies are thinking that you've got a lot on your plate. You're stressed out. You're overwhelmed. There's no way you can get that done, whatever they think you're trying to do. But behind the scenes, it's just like, yeah, I got a full plate. I got a full meal, full table. I'm busy. You're not some idle person on the street just worried about what other people are doing. And it's beautiful. It's so much bigger than people can wrap their minds around. 2 of Fire here. And it seems like it's something you're really passionate about. You've been planning for this. There is a partner here. Okay. I'm seeing that this partner is very positive and can match your energy in a way that combats this negative energy. Because whoever these negative people are, they've got partners and teammates and it's like a whole clown car of people to say something negative. And you being delusional is part of this manifestation. Like, whether you connect with their energy or you just completely disregard it, it's somehow helping you to bring your dreams into materialism. Also, I feel like they have so many gaps and holes in their story that you can plant your own seeds in their minds. Like, I'm successful. I'm amazing. And they don't know that you're using them as a potting soil, so to speak. Okay. They don't know how to fight off your positive thinking. So they believe everything that you believe about yourself. And for some reason, they don't want to say it out loud. So the more it's like to be liars. So the more you say positive things about yourself, the more they're going to hate you. And that's what you're using. Okay. Positivity, faith, and optimism. That's pretty much the answer. That's the answer to your question. How are you manifesting your desires? You're using positivity, faith, and optimism. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations and do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you are on. Keep the faith and keep going. This is so on point. Like, that's a miracle. I mean, that's so on point with this reading and this energy. Just keep the faith, stay positive. And now you can see positive energy is your key. It's not just you trying to struggle to stay afloat or not get down or not get depressed. It's a real powerful tool that you're using and is working for you. So that's the energy I have for this reading. Pile 1, I hope you enjoyed. If so, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. You can book a personal reading if you want to dive deeper and join my members only if you want to see this content in advance. So that being said, just stay positive. Everything's going to you is going so good for you. Even people who are against you are helping you, and that's just what more could you ask? Whatever you want, you can ask for it and you'll receive it. So with that being said, I'm going to move over to the next pile. Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. Okay, so I'm going to try and get this out as smoothly as possible, as coherent as possible. I do have to say that this is for entertainment only. I'm going to start by saying that. Okay, so there's some graphic messages here. There's also a double sorted message, like it's a mirror. Okay, so on one hand, there's a message, and then there's the exact opposite and inverse of that message. So whoever is meant to be for, that's who it's for. Okay, I'm not going to try and separate it too much. But there's definitely images here. How are you manifesting your desires? You're using your vision, you're visualizing exactly what matters to you and what's important to you, and you're going with that. Okay, so these visions are very real. It's like you're using the walls of your home to project these visions, and it's very real. You're living in that reality. Anyone around you is just going to have to fit in somewhere in your story if they're trying to interact with you or be subliminal and all of that. They're going to have to live in your vision and your reality, because whoever's contacting you, whoever's trying to get on your level is under your authority. Because I'm seeing that you're raising armies, you're using armies to get where you need to go, soldiers. And this, it doesn't need to be people, but it could be people. Some of these people are NPCs. They don't have any control over their behavior. You're using them like androids. But in other cases, it's like molecules, because I'm hearing a body of water. Like you're talking to electrons, very small particles, and commanding them to do what it is that you require. For some of y'all, it could be winning the lottery. Like you could be speaking to the molecule of money. Whatever you want, whatever you're manifesting, whatever your desires are, this is how I'm seeing it being done. But I'm definitely seeing there's a partnership here and a sacrifice of some kind, because you committed to a group that is no longer serving you, and it could be this army that's being wasted away. I'm also seeing oh my gosh, I'm not going to say everything I hear, but I'm seeing an army being washed away, like the Egyptians and the pharaohs type of energy. But there's other armies in the world and history that I'm not going to mention that I'm also seeing being destroyed, because whatever was being done just wasn't serving you anymore. Okay, so let's get into these notes. Sex magic is being used. I'm going to go back and forth, because for some of y'all it's sex magic. You could be visualizing scenes, etc., with partners or one partner or a king. On the other hand, it could be abstinence. You not partaking in anything sexual or being very modest about your behavior. Okay. There's a lot going on. I'll go back cards out. Okay, I'm seeing you looking at pictures and simulating experiences using your hormones, pheromones, this type of energy as an electron. You have King of Chalices in reverse. There's a lot going on here with water, a body of water, and dry land. And I'm really shocked and amazed that Spirit brought me to the story of Noah, because that's all I've been seeing. Like, is this about a flood? Because I'm seeing the lands being really dry, like a desert, and you building an oasis in this desert, and people thinking you're crazy for doing this. So this could also be like the story of Noah building an ark, but you're planting seeds in sand in a desert, like the Sahara Desert, and there's no water in sight, and then you're just waiting patiently with faith that God is sending the waters. And this is like, I'm hearing this is like an army of water, an abundance. Then I'm hearing someone building a wall, like a dam to shut off these waters. So it's like you're going back and forth, dry season versus abundance. And whoever's getting caught in this, like whoever's not on your page, they're being drowned. They're dying of dehydration, etc. So somebody's being sacrificed, some group of some kind. This is why I say it's entertainment only, because I'm also seeing burnt offerings. I'm seeing blood offerings, offerings happening on the full moon. Okay. There's some information here about sheep without a shepherd. Like this could be the NPCs that are falling by the wayside, however that's happening, like they're losing control of themselves. And then there's some graphic imagery about the rising of the sun, like something you're doing every day. Jesus and Mary Magdalene, you know the story of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, what people think about that. That's what I'm hearing, like 12 plus 1 stones. I'm hearing hard as rock, hardness of heart, and turning on a mature audience going viral. Okay. And then in some other ways that you're manifesting your desires, and whoever this resonates for in this group, burnt incense on the full moon, fasting and abstinence, remembrance of a meaningful event. So it seems like there's going to be something that happens with this person, this adult person, that someone's being sacrificed during this. Something is happening with this person. And then abstaining from that event and remembering that event. But also to keep this private, like whatever you're doing, you're keeping it private because you're building a wall, a mental screen separating your visions from the 3D world. So whoever's participating in this is being sacrificed. And then it's like it doesn't, but I feel like this is a mental thing and a spiritual thing, that it doesn't really matter what their opinion is about the event. You're keeping your thoughts private and disconnected from any groupthink demonstrations, interpretations, especially when concerning arousal and breath control. So nobody's stressing you out. Nobody can stare you down and think like, oh, you're not exchanging thoughts or anything like this. Like your thoughts are completely your own. Okay. And then, so you have Page of Chalices in reverse, Queen of Candles in reverse, King of Chalices in reverse. Okay. So somebody could have been, like, you could have got a verdict. Maybe what you're manifesting is health, clean health, or a bill of health or something like this, because I feel like someone got a verdict that they didn't agree with. Like, they're not settling for this. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want those words all over the place, but whatever it is that you don't accept, that's what you're basically manifesting, the reverse diagnosis or reverse whatever. You're healing yourself in some way, and someone's being sacrificed because of this. It's like, take them, not me. Page of Water in reverse. So you have Page of Cups twice. Sensitive, open-hearted. So this sickness you got from basically trying to heal people because of your open heart. You could be a Pisces, a water sign of any kind, and you healing. Also, I'm hearing like you are allergic to these low vibe energies. You caught somebody's sickness, somebody's illness, somebody's disease, even if it's a mental illness. You caught it, and you just didn't settle for that diagnosis. Like, no, this is not mine. So give it back and let them deal with that. Whoever this is that got you sick, let them deal with their own issues. So you might have went into isolation, but it was for a good reason, because you got your thoughts together and realized exactly what you needed to do to reverse this issue. Give it back to the sender. So for some of y'all, it was fasting, because you went from, okay, let's just topic. Fasting, hunger and thirsting for righteousness. Basically, you are manifesting righteousness, holiness, cleanness, and you and a mate will survive this. So maybe a mate was also diagnosed with this, but by you going into your hermit mode and focusing on what really matters to you, that's what's bringing this manifestation about, because you're not allowing anyone else to have an opinion over what's going on with you. And their opinion is just wrong. They don't think right. Whoever this is, these NPCs, these people getting drowned, these people catching on fire in this metaphor. I don't know what I can say on YouTube, but like the Israelites being drowned. Yeah, there's a lot going on in the Bible. These images of crowds, massive crowds of people being sacrificed, that was willing to sacrifice you. They were willing to sacrifice you because they thought you were naive. They thought you were just going to put up with whatever was going on and just accept it. Like, this is your fate. Okay. Words of abundance here. It's just like, it's a lot of energy, and I hope that was coherent. Any more messages? Also, water affirmation, speaking to the water, something about electrolytes. Definitely get your electrolytes if this is a fasting situation. But there's a lot of fire here, a lot of passion, a lot of burning, as well as the burning of incense specifically. Like, the smell is important. The smells that you use could be myrrh, frankincense, myrrh, cinnamon, lavender. Okay. Attracting, not chasing. Anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way because of the fears underlying chasing energy. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. So this could have been something you were planning the whole time, and these people who really had no good intention for you, because it was that much easier for you to use them as a sacrifice. And when I say sacrifice, it does mean like use your imagination, because that's what's happening here. You're using your imagination, you're visualizing things that are actually happening. But it's like you gave them so many chances to get away from you, to leave. But they really thought that they were going to destroy you. And so this is why you reverse the curse. And also because you had to sacrifice somebody. You just chose this particular group of people to do so. And then there's a partner here that you are transferring energy with. Someone who consolidates your actions, and they wanted you both to fail. But you didn't. You switched things up at the last minute. It's like a trap. You trapped them. Unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of God. So with this energy, it's very important that it remains secret. You're not telling anybody what you're doing. You're not using your mind. You're not using telepathy to explain what could be considered a very devious plot and plan, because people can read your mind. It's not like you're not getting any type of reward from people knowing what you're doing. It's very secret. Whether it's the sex magic, whether it's you fasting or being abstinent, your rituals, what you do in the morning, everything is private. You're disconnecting from anybody having anything to say about you, and just continuing in this plan and this manifestation, because your desires are important. I feel like it goes between death. And whoever these people are that's eventually going to get thrown under the bus, they were very happy and comfortable with you losing your life. Okay. But it's something that they did. I feel like it was just a last straw that really turned you off and just say, I'm not running anymore from these people. With they scary, intimidating energy. And I feel like you running was just a way to attract them, really, because they were attracted to your fear, because that's the type of people they are. They're not the ones to back down and say, oh, I don't want to chase you. I like you. They're really nasty and contagious and corrupt individuals. Okay. So there's no sympathy on this part, on my part, for that energy on this end. But I feel like it goes both ways. Like, what you're doing is going to be 100 times worse than anything they did. But it's just like, it's too late now, because this is all happening in the spirit realm. All right, they can't hire a lawyer for this type of whatever this is that's going on, curse or activity or whatever's happening, whatever you're manifesting is almost like it's what's going on, and your private business. All right, but I'm on this energy for too long. I want to move off it. If that resonated with you, you could book a personal reading, like, subscribe, comment, share. You can also subscribe to my members only for content, early content, to get to see this content in advance. Okay, so with that being said, I feel like you're in a safe place, because you're the most terrifying thing around, and you can get comfortable. you can sub everybody who did whatever they did to you. They already know what they did. They're on strike 30 at this point. God says you forgive people 70 times 70 or something like that. And I feel like they're just on they're done. They're done with the forgiveness, and now they just have you to deal with, and nobody, not even me or anybody, nobody's praying for them. Nobody's coming to their rescue. They did what they did, and they're going to suffer the consequences. Okay. So that's the energy, pretty cutthroat. Yeah. So I'm going to move on to pile 3. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Okay, so you want to know, how are you manifesting your desires? Number 1 is your ability to stay focused in spite of other people's inability to stay focused. So you may be around some people who are kind of chaotic and all over the place, stumbling over their words, stumbling over their feet, just getting tripped up altogether. And I feel like you're able to desires because you're only focused on what pertains to you. You could be on a hunt for your desires, and it's rushing in towards you like a hurricane, okay, like a storm of some kind. But you're definitely surrounded by a lot of energy, and you're pulling from that in a way so that you can focus even harder on what you care about. And also, what you care about is unlike anything anyone can ever try to race you towards or beat you to your own destiny. Is only for you. Okay, so the notes I have for your reading are: your subconscious is controlling the show. Like, you've done all of the work, and now all you have to do is flick the first domino, and everything's going to fall into place. Everything's in alignment because of your actions, like your thoughts. Every move you make is moving towards your goals. And if people are dancing with you and getting tangled up in your energy, getting entangled with you in some way, they're only helping you to manifest your goals. And I feel like you've done this on purpose. You've taken all the steps. Okay. You have the chalices, 10 of chalices, 6 of feathers, ace of grains, and the lovers in reverse here. So this is definitely something you're doing on your own. Ace of grains, 6 of feathers, and 10 of cups in reverse. Okay. This 6 of feathers is standing out. So let's get back to your notes. Okay, so it says, you've taken all the steps you were instructed by your higher self. And higher self is in parentheses, like you hired yourself. So this 6 of feathers could be talking about the people who are kind of getting tangled up in your energy. They want to be hired by you. Like, you're your own boss, but you're surrounded by your employees, and people, even if they don't know that they're your employees, they want to be employed by you. Okay. Yeah, like you're doing interviews, you're giving interviews. Every interaction is basically like an interview. Okay, all day long interviews. You're going to watch all the pieces coming together. So it's all working like clockwork, blessings rushing in per second. So the answer, how are you manifesting your desires, is you're watching God work. Okay. And that's really important here because I feel like you're in this really God-like atmosphere or energy. Like, it's almost like people see you as God. All right. So it seems like your desires are something that other people desire as well, but they know that it can only be done through you. Maybe someone is trying to, like, someone maybe they know they can't date you, etc. Like they can only work for you. They're not trying to build a family or anything. Like, the only type of family they want with you is to work in your company. So this is very specific energy. Organize for success. Do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living space, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. So there's really something key here about organization, organizing, organs possibly. Like even your organs are in alignment with your goals. Yeah, but I definitely feel like you're controlling this organ, whether it's a microcosm or however these pieces are, they all get something out of it, but you're the center, you're the control center. Blessed are they that hear the word and keep it. So there's something really important about your voice. When you speak, it turns into reality. So is your consciousness, is you reaching your higher self, is your thoughts, is your feelings, and you're manifesting your desires by just sitting back and watching it all work. Even if this is something you're healing within your body, you just let your body do its thing, let it float. For some people, any more energy, anything else for this energy? Yeah, I feel like that's overall the energy is very just calm and just let things happen, let things work out the way they're working, and it's almost like your desires are manifesting themselves. Okay, so that's the energy that I have for this reading. If you enjoyed that, you can book a personal reading with me. Like, subscribe, comment, share, and you can join my members only for content. Something's going on with that members only content, whether it's in advance, there's readings in there as well, and everything's just kind of working out and falling into place here as well. So I hope you enjoyed that reading. The energy is a little different. It's kind of like things are shifting, and instead of taking control of everything, you're just leaning back and watch everything fall into place because you've already done the work. Now it's just a matter of, trusting the process, and you don't have to micromanage this energy. Like it's all working out on its own. All right. So I hope you enjoyed. All right. So I'll see you next time.